Race number 1, 10-5 carbon. You guys are up. The track is open. Outlaw carbon. Outlaw carbon, I need you at the marshal. 10-5 carbon, the track is open. It's going to be Brian, Scott, Riley. So I see Scott. Here's Riley.
Riley, go. Stop chase.
I just took away the video and loop back in a moment. I'm trying to fix the thing.
Watching 1 and 2. Just missing a check from Brian Beeman, and I need, if I can get one more of my outlaw guys, just Colin, if I can get him in the center.
$45 seconds to the start of the race.
Okay.
30 seconds to the start of the race.
I'm just missing a check out of Brian.
15 seconds to the start of the race.
What's that?
I was joking. I said Brian quits.
Is Brian Beeman going to make this one?
What size is that?
This is why you shouldn't let Colin touch your car. Our final driver making his way up the stand. Gonna give Brian a couple laps here. All right, let's line him up in the back. Brian, Scott, Riley. All right, Brian, go ahead and roll us out when you're ready. We're off and rolling here. 10-5. All sprint cars for this one. It's Brian out front. He's got the TQ at a 39.404. Scott trying to make a move up the inside. A little loose out of 2. That puts Riley in the 2 spot. Riley just 1.7 behind our leader, the fast lap 6-1. By Brian Beeman on lap number 2. Now a 6 flat. Brian driving the black, yellow number 97. Riley in the white, black number 34. And Scott in the blue and orange number 3. Watch it say hi to 2. Track is clear. We're 1 minute down, 3 minutes to go. 38.404 the pace. We're 1 lap outside the current TQ. $37.403 the pace now, falling off. A little bit of a trouble lap from Brian. Riley's on a 36.405. He's 4 seconds back. We got a 5.9 from Riley. First one to break into the 5s.
2 minutes left.
We're just past the halfway mark. 2 minutes down, 2 minutes to go. High out of 2, high in 2. Track is clear. Got a 5.9 from Brian last time by. Riley's is still faster. 1:30 remaining on the master clock. It's Brian, Riley, Scott, the running order. Another 5.9 from Riley. It's actually now a battle between Riley and Brian. 1/10 the gap between those 2 drivers. Riley now up to the top spot. Brian coming back at him through 3 and 4 here. So Riley in the black and white number 34 out front, 37.401. Half a second gap between those 2 drivers. Oh, trouble for Brian out of 2. That will give Riley a significant lead here. Looks to be about 3/4 of a lap, 4.4 seconds. 45 seconds remaining. Riley currently on a 38.405 now, bumping up the pace a little bit. Looking to be second overall. Fast lap now, a 5.6 on lap number 33 from Riley. Brian still with a 5.9. Scott with a 6.2 with 5 seconds remaining on the master clock. That is time. Racing to the line. You'll be done as you cross the line.
Scott Jason.
And that is a race. All drivers are done. Riley second overall with a 38.403. Running by Marshall's on a 10-5. That's going to be Brian and Riley. Need you out to Marshall. Midwest Mod. Track is open. Track is yours. 10-5 Carbon. Need you out to Marshall.
Instructions. John Wire. 2 minutes to start the race. James Wire.
I got checks out of everybody. You want to be on the stand, make your way to the stand. If you want to make any changes, make them now. Be my second Marshall in the middle.
Start the race. Seconds to start the race.
All right, drivers, no more laps, no more laps. Let's get them lined up in the back. Zach, are you covering for your dad? Zachary Beeman,
Start the race.
are you covering for your dad? If so, can I have you move to the middle? All right, the order is going to be John, Colin, James, and Scott. John, go ahead and roll us out when you're ready. We are off and rolling here. John Wire setting CQ in round number 1. Gonna let everyone settle in here. We're off and rolling. Round number 2, race number 2. It is John Wire out front on the 39.401 pace. Stay high and 2. Cars, good driving there by all. No major wreck. So it is John Wire out front, Scott in the 2 spot, Colin in the 3, James in the 4, and it's a battle between Scott and Colin. Scott driving the gray, pink, and black number 32. Colin in the red and white, or sorry, red and black number 21. Colin looking up the inside out of 2. Door to door through 3 and 4. Here comes Colin around up the inside. Colin making a good pass there. But it is John Wire out front now on a 41.401 pace. He's got a 5.5 under his belt. Lap number 10. That is the fast lap for the group. Colin now with a 5.6. It's a 41.4 lap. We are matched on CQ pace with 140 down, 220 remaining. Gap is 8 seconds between John and Colin. 5 seconds back to Scott and 10 seconds back to James. It's John Wire in the gray and white number 71. Colin in the black red number 21. Scott in the gray and black number 32. And James in the white and light blue number 179. We are now up to a 42 lap run, 5.4 last time by for our leader. It's a 42.404 pace. We are on a new TQ for John Wire out front, 5.3 last time by for him. 1:30 remaining on the master clock. 1 minute remaining, drivers. 1 minute remaining.
1 minute left.
John Wire out front, 42.404. Another 5.3 under his belt. Calder with a 5.5, 5.6 that time. Bodies on a 42.401. Stay high at a 4. Track is clear. Oh, trouble for our leader. It's going to drop the pace a little bit here. 20 seconds remaining. It's a 42.403 pace for John. That is time. Everybody keep going till the car is done.
All clear left. John Wire done. All drivers done.
And that is the race. All drivers are done. Midwest Mod 42.403. John Wire setting a new TQ. Colin Carroll in the 2 spot. Scott in the 3 and James in the 4. Street Stock, you are up next. Street Stock, you are up next. You my drivers now want to put your cars down. Back out to Marshall.
Two minutes to start the race. Bob Miller. Chris Valentine.
Thomas. All right. 8 cars called for street stock. I need my Midwest Mod drivers out to marshal positions. I see James getting out there. James, you are good to marshal, right? James? Hey, James. You're good to marshal, right? Yes. Okay, I just want to make sure. I want to make sure it's clear that if you got ails, you don't have to get out there. Check-in wise, looking for Brian Beeman and Wayne Stunts. I see wide Wayne near the chute. He'll come across. Beeman's out there as well. I'll give everybody 30 seconds or something. Roll them in. Get comfy. Practice ramming each other. Good job, you two.
All 45 seconds to start the race.
Your TQ after 1 is Bob the Legend Mellon. But Scott Chase wasn't out there yet, so who knows now.
1 minute to start the race.
Is that Beeman trotting now to do something? You still on the stand, Beeman? All right, guys, let's line them up in the back. Line them up in the back. It'll be Bob, Brian, Richard. Bob, Brian, Richard. Get out there, Bob. Bob, Brian, Richard, Brandon, Wayne, Chris. Brandon, Wayne, Chris, Britta, Scott. All right, let's see a nice clean race. Marshall's ready, driver's ready. Out of 4. See us off, Bob. Let's bring it back. Line it right back up, please. Try not to hit each other. Try to get at least around by past the loop. It's all of 40 feet. Once again, Marshall's ready, driver's ready. See us out again, Bob. Take 2. Much better, much better. Off we go. Good line of cars. Nice field of street stocks here. Oh, what a save. 15 seconds into this one. Bob holding his edge from the one. In fact, qualifying order holding pretty good. Wayne dumped a few spots and he may dump one more. Woo! Bob flirts with disaster but gets through. He's got 2.5 seconds on Richard, half a second to Brandon, no time to Brian. Less than a second to Chris, 2 seconds to Scott, 1 second to Wayne, and then Britta rounded out with 40 seconds going by. Your leader, Mellon in a baby blue, coming out of 4. He has 3.5 seconds behind him now. Richard Klickner, the tube car, black and green, number 90. With Brandon Bishop, less than that. Well, half a second behind him. Very little time to Brian Beeman. Down the back, 2, 3, 4. Good heated battle there. Number 5 to Scott Chase, 2.5 out. 1 second to Chris. Then Wayne and Britta. 1 minute has gone by here. It's a good idea to come out through the middle, past the PVC. Got a minute 15 in, 2:45 to go. Bob Mellon first to break, 6 seconds on a 5.94. Mellon down the front, looking strong in the baby blue 93. He's got 5.5 seconds on second place. Richard is down the front here. Richard about to be off the lead lap. He's got 1.5 on the pair of Brandon and Brian. Brian down the front in pursuit. There's trouble high in 2. Watch it high in 2. Stay low in 2. Stay low in 2. Fixed up. Thank you, Marshall. Mellon on 39. That is 3 laps up on the current TQ. Klickner on 37. 36 for Bishop and Beeman. Then it's Scott, Chris, Britta, and Wayne with 2 minutes down, 2 minutes to go. Brandon and Brian are having an awesome race here. It looks like Brian may have made it away. He did indeed, and a 6-1 to boot, his best lap of the race. He's now just 0.4 of a second behind Richard for the 2. In fact, now he's about 6 inches behind Richard for the 2. The black 90 car right behind Britta is the 2 car. And the 3 car. And they both luck out majorly. But Richard's luck runs out right around Wayne. Leader gets Wayne as well. Wayne can pull the infield in a little frustration there. So it is now Bob, Brian, and Richard, your top 3. Closest is Richard Klickner, 2.5 seconds behind Brian Beeman. 6 seconds to Brandon in the 4. Followed by Scott and Britta. We've lost Wayne and Chris coming up on 3 minutes in. Bob Mellon by just 4 seconds over Beeman now. Mellon lost some time somewhere. A wreck lap, 9.8 seconds long. He is now 4.5 seconds up on second place. Beeman moving from a 37 to a 38 lap pace with 50 seconds to go. It's Mellon, Beeman, Klickner, your top 3. 4 seconds back sits Bishop, just outside the top 3 group. Field is narrowed up. Good choice there, Scott Chase. Brandon Bishop in some trouble. Watch it on the front. Watch it on the front. It is clear. Mostly clear. Clear. It is Mellon by 5 over Beeman, by 9 over Klickner, by 5 over Bishop, and Scott and Britta to round it out with 15 seconds to go. Mellon putting the second place car 1 lap off the lead. 5 seconds to the horn drivers. Mellon dominant in this. Oh, watch the re-entry down into the running lane, please. Oh, watch one. Battery's out. Beeman, you did click off a finish, though. Haven't seen Scott Chase for his final click. Bob Mellon's going to take that one home, 38 and 402, 37 for Brian, 35 for Richard. That's your top 3. Bishop also on 35, followed by Scott and Britta, then Wayne and Chris, who were DNF. How many drivers from street stock, please, out to the asphalt to help Marshall Traxxas rally. Let round 2 of the mayhem commence. Riley, Brian, Paul, Brandon, Britta, Chris, Zachary,
Brian Reedy. 45 seconds to the start of the race. Brendan Bishop. Zachary Beeman. James Wagner. 30 seconds to the start of the race. Chris Balazek. Paul Gibner. 15 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, I just need to check out of Tom, Riley, and Britta. I know Riley's taking a couple laps. There's Britta. I forgot to change over the loop.
Tom Lyle.
All right, drivers, let's go ahead and pull them to the right-hand side of the track. No more laps. Pull them to the right-hand side of the track. Be a start very similar to last round. All right, our marshals are over there. I think Bob's helping. All right. I'm going to let James get a little bit better lined up here. All right, marshals, watch your corners. Drivers, you're going to go racing on the sound of the tone. Listen up. And we're off and rolling. Oh, trouble already. Not sure exactly who that was. He's going to wait for the group to go. And it's trouble along the back straight. Watch it on the back straight. Stay low. It is clear. So Riley going to lead us out. Zachary Beeman in the 2 spot. Chris in the 3. Paul in the 4. Brian in the 5. Britta in the 6. Brandon in the 7. James in the 8. And Tom in the 9. Catch up to the front here. Riley. Red and white number 67. Chris. Blue number 1561. And that's 1 minute in. Riley, stop and go. You're going to have to wait for Chris. And go. So Chris Belusek now in the lead. Riley in the 2 spot. Paul up to the 3. Paul taking a little bit of tumble through crosstown. All right, leaders down the back straight. Oh, I got a car stuck in. Okay, Wayne's headed there. All right, leader Chris, 1561, all blue. And that's 2 minutes down, 3 minutes remaining. The gap 1.3 for Chris out front. Watch it up to cross down. Watch it up to cross down. Track is clear. laps at least 10 seconds.
Okay.
Uh,
I saw that. How did he get the 5-second lap?
Because so what happened is he crossed, and when him and Riley collided.
And Marshall's out, please, from Traxxas Rally. I guess I have to go turn my stuff down. Stuff off, so let me do that. We just set the rally class. Texas Rally. That.
2 minutes to start the race.
The check-in's open for stock touring here. It'll be Toasty, Thomas, and Scott.
All right, drivers, let's line them up in the back. Paul Aaron, Richard Chris. All right, Aaron, you're going to be in the second spot. Paul, Aaron, Richard, Chris. All right, Paul, go ahead and roll us out. We're going to go live on 4. You're off and rolling here. Chris with the early move. Up to the 2 spot. It's a battle between Aaron and Richard. Little door-to-door bang in there. Chris.
3 minutes left.
Drivers 1 down, 3 to go. It is Paul out front on a 42.402. That is 6 laps inside the current TQ. Everybody pretty spread out. The closest battle is 4.1 between Chris and Richard. 5.4 from Chris last time by. He's in that rainbow number 789. Paul out front, 42.4 flat in the blue and orange, number 43. Richard in the 3 spot in the black. Green, number 90. He's on a 36.4 flat, 37.405 now. And Aaron in the 3 spot in the lime green and white, number 461.
2 minutes left.
You heard it, drivers. 2 minutes remaining. Doc, you guys are up. Buddy, late model needs you put your cars down, back out to Marshall.
Two minutes to start the race. Annabelle here. Zachary Beeman. Riley Goffman.
Washington out of 2, stay high out of 2.
Britta Beckerham.
Sneak checks out of Aaron and Brandon.
Brandon Bishop. 1 minute to start the race. Aaron Grant. 45 seconds to start the race.
There's checks out of everybody. Two positions here. Riley out front. Britta making the moves past Aaron. Stay low on the back straight. It is clear. We are quickly 35 seconds into this one. It is Riley out front, 1.6 over, now 2.6 over Aaron. Britta just half a second back. 2.5 back is Brandon. 2/10 back is Annabelle. 5 seconds back is Zachary. So a couple battles going on here. Britta and Aaron battling it out. Watch on the front straight. Watch on the front straight. Track is clear. It's going to shake up our order a little bit here. It is Riley out front. Aaron in the 2 spot. Brandon now up to the 3. Stay low on 4. Low on 4. Track is clear. 37.405 is the pace. 6 laps inside the current TQ. Stay high 1 and 2. Track is clear. 130 down, 230 remaining. Closest battle, Britta and Brandon. Was a half a second. Britta in the 3 spot, Brandon in the 4. Now 2/10 as they cross the line. Oh, Britta going over the pipe a little bit. Stay high in 3 and 4. Track is clear. Brandon going to take over the 3 spot. Britta in the 4. Stay high out of 4, high out of 4. Car upside down on the front straight. High out of 4. Good marshalling there from Richard. It is Riley out front, 37.402 the pace. Aaron in the 2 spot. Annabelle now up to the 3. Brandon in the 4, Britta in the 5, and Zachary in the 6. Closest battle here, Annabelle, Brandon, and Britta, all 1.5. So the battle, Annabelle and Brandon down the back straight. 1 minute remaining, drivers. 1 minute remaining. Riley out front. He's got 12 seconds over Aaron. 10 seconds back to Annabelle. Now Brandon up to the 3. Annabelle in the 4. Britta in the 5. And Zach are going to round out the field. The closest battle is Annabelle and Brandon. 1.5 the gap. Trouble for our leader. Stay low in 1 and 2. Track is clear.
Zachary Beeman done. Brandon Bishop done. Aaron Grant done. All drivers Zachary Beeman done. Brandon Bishop done. Aaron Grant done. All drivers are finished.
That is a race. All drivers are done. Riley going to take that, setting into TQ to 36.401.
minutes to start the race. Call hero. Bob Phillips. One minute to start the race. Forty-five seconds to start the race. Thomas Sparks. 30 seconds to start the race.
Okay, well that time is a lie. Sorry about that. It is not 30 seconds. I need a moment. Totally forgot this was Outlaw.
Ryan Bean.
Sorry. Also, we're still waiting on Paul and Blake, so at least I'm not the very last one. Man, the AC in here is nice. Is Blake coming?
Okay.
Hey, Paul.
Yes?
Do you know if Blake is coming? Okay, apparently I did a very bad reminder call there. Blake is on his way. Think he did what I did, forgot what race it was. Shame on both of us. Giving Paul a few laps to adjust to the track of crazy fluffiness. The groove is lovely, everything outside of the groove is not.
Blake.
Okay, Blake's on the track now. Give him a few laps to settle in. Ooh! That didn't look good. So I'm hoping for another very exciting race with those same top three from last time, although hopefully the other three can be a little more contenderish. Tom is already having a little bit of issues. Okay, I think there's been enough laps. Looks like everybody's pretty much ready. Paul, I'm going to cut you short. So backstretch is closed. Backstretch is closed. It's going to be Colin, Bob, Paul. Are we not closing the backstretch? Uh-huh. Oh man, I'm holding the on button all the way up like Thomas told me to. What about now?
Let me see. Here's the problem. This is a carotid mic, which means it's loud here and then gets quieter as you get off center in any direction. So talk like this and you'll come through just fine. Like touch your lips to the thing, talk nice and loud. Or don't. I don't care.
Purpose. Okay, can you hear me now?
So,
What about now?
it's as good as it's gonna get, that's fine. What's yours?
Okay, it's kind of apparently hard to hear me. I'm gonna shout into the mic with my teacher voice. Okay, go! Thomas made an early pass. Jumped up. Or no. That was the silly me. Brian actually got up on Thomas. We got Colin first, and then Bob and Paul. Paul catching up to Bob, it looks like. Almost had him there. Very close. Oh, Paul just passed Bob. Let's see if he can keep it on the front. Oh, he did, but that wasn't very nice. Colin has a pretty decent lead on them. He's up by like 2-something seconds. Oh, Thomas! Something happened with Thomas. He is barely behind Paul now. Bob fell back. I did see that. Oh, Brian just passed Thomas. So now we have Colin, Paul, Brian, Thomas, Bob, and Blake. In 1 minute down, 3 minutes to go. High in 3 or 2. Clear. So Bob has regained his spot. We are now Colin, Paul, Bob, Brian, Thomas, Blake. Oh, Colin spins out, gives Paul a chance to almost catch up. Will he? Will he? We shall see. Bob doesn't watch out. He's going to end up lapped by Colin and Paul. Thomas is in 1, high in 1. Kind of clear. Most okay, clear. Oh, Paul is all up on Colin. That is a 0.4 second gap at the last go around. Still a 0.4 second. Paul is past Colin now, though. I missed that. Ooh, Colin is stuck. Ooh, did that put Paul a lap? Ooh, Colin has fallen down to 4th at the last pass. So it's now Paul, Bob, Brian, Colin, Thomas, and Blake. We are 2 minutes in, 2 minutes to go. We have Paul on a 41 lap pace. Bob and Brian each on a 40. Colin's fallen back to a 38. That spin out really got him. Bob is just 1 second behind Paul at the last go round. Oh, and he's catching. Oh, and Bob just passed Paul at the front because Paul got caught up in some sort of something. So now we have Bob in the lead, Paul 0.8 of a second behind, and then Brian just behind Paul. I did not see that happen. Did Brian just... Brian is now ahead of Paul. Paul is having some spinning out. That fluff is not fun, is it? Okay. Oop. Paul looked like he was about to... Dang. Bob is a full lap up on Paul at this point, or almost. We have Bob out front, Brian 4 seconds behind. We have 20 seconds left of this race. So try to catch whatever spot you can. It is Bob, Brian, Paul, Colin, Thomas, Blake. And 5 seconds to go, but keep driving until your name is called. Time is elapsing. Ooh, and 2, high in 2. Yet still, okay, 2 is clear. Keep driving until your name is called. All drivers are done. Clear the track. I'm going to assume 10-minute break. It is 3:41, so 3:51. And it should be 10-5 carbon for the beginning of qualifying round 3.
Outlaw Carbon.
Two minutes to the start of the race. To the start of the race.
$10.5 Carbon, $10.5 Carbon. Let's bring him up. Outlaw Carbon out to Marshall.
45 seconds to the start of the race. Riley up. Two minutes to the start of the race.
Still need checks on Scott and Brian. Scott and Brian. Riley, you got the track all yourself. Here comes Scott. I can't hear you.
It's Memorial Day.
I know.
Well, you can't hear what's going on out there, so that's irrelevant. I'm just talking to you, and it doesn't mean anything. Sorry, Thomas.
Oh, it is what it is. It's air conditioning here. I'm
Right.
good.
45 seconds to the start of the race. Scott Chase. Ryan B. 30 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, let's check out everybody. Let's get this one lined up in the back.
15 seconds to the start of the race.
No more laps. No more laps. Riley, Brian, Scott. All right, is that better? Okay. I turned on the microphone. I can't hear you. No more laps. Let's get this one lined up, ready to go. It's going to be Riley, Brian, Scott. Okay. All right. Our grid is set. Marshals, watch your corners. Riley, go ahead, roll us out when you are ready. and rolling round number 3 of qualifying. It is a battle between Brian and Scott here. Early on, Brian in the black and yellow number 97, Scott in the blue and orange number 3. Up the inside into 3 goes Scott. Fast lap actually going to Scott right now with a 5.9. Another 5.9 for Scott that time by. Oh, trouble for our leader. Here comes Scott taking over the lead. It is now Scott out front. 38.403 the pace. I did not see what happened to Riley. Did he pull his car? Some unfortunate luck for Riley here. So it's going to just be Scott and Brian. 5.8 the fast lap. Now 5.6 from Brian. It's a 38.401 pace. Scott looking to go better than Riley. Now he's up to a 39 lap run. Just 2 seconds outside the current TQ. It is Scott. 5.7 last time by for our leader. 39.404. He has matched the TQ pace. 5.6 for our leader. Matching the hot lap. We are 140 down, 220 remaining. Scott in the blue and orange, number 3. Brian in the black and yellow, number 97. The gap, 4.7 seconds last time by. Fast lap, a 5.5 from Brian. Now a 5.5 from Scott.
2 minutes.
Brian's is slightly faster. We are just past the halfway mark, drivers. It's a 44.04. We are 1 lap inside the current TQ pace for our leader, Scott, out front. Oh, trouble for our leader. Round he goes, trying to get it pointed back the right direction. Here comes Brian. That should be for position. So some unfortunate luck there for Scott. Oh. And then they both collide. So now that everybody's back underway, pace has fallen to a 38 lap run. We are 1 lap outside the current TQ. So Brian's time going to look to remain safe. "45 seconds, drivers." Midwest Mod, you are next. Midwest Mod, you are next. Ten seconds. That is time. Everybody keep going. Everybody keep going. And that is a race. All drivers are done. 38.401 for Brian Beeman out front. Midwest Mod, you are up. We're going to ball out the track.
Colin Carroll. John Meyer. Scott Chase. James Winter.
Hey, give everybody a shout. We're going to stop watering because the track's falling apart. So they might want to switch to higher wear tires.
Just so everybody is aware, we are no longer watering the track. The track will not get any further water, so if you have some higher wear tires, it might be better to go to those. Again, we are not going to be watering the track anymore. Alright, I need Riley out to Marshall. Riley out to Marshall. Riley got them. I need you out to Marshall. Riley got them out to Marshall. There he comes. All right, drivers, let's line him up. John, Colin, Scott, James. All right, John, when you are ready, go ahead and roll us out. We're off and rolling here. Our leader's trying to break away early. Very quickly, 30 seconds into this one with 3:30 remaining. The fast lap, 5.2 from John Wire, 5.3 from Colin, 5.4 from Scott, and a 5.7 from James. 43.402 the pace. We're one lap inside the current TQ from John Wire in that gray and white number 71. Colin now with a 5.2 of his own. He's 2.6 back of our leader. Just 0.8 back is Scott.
3 minutes left.
You heard it. 2 down, 3 or 1 down, 3 to go. 44.403 the pace now. Our leader in that white and gray, number 71. Colin in the 2 spot, Scott in the 3. The closest battle is James and Scott. The gap was 0.8 of a second. Scott driving the gray black number 32. James in the light blue and orange number 179. That battle down the back straight. James overtaking Scott out of 2. Scott trying to make a move back. Not quite enough room. Gap is half a second right now between those 2 drivers with the halfway mark just passing. 5 flat last time by from John Wire. That is fast lap for the group. He's on a 45.403 pace. Upside down to the front straight. Stay low, stay low, stay low, stay low. It is clear. John Wire out front. 44.4 flat the pace. He's on a new personal best right now with 1 minute remaining. Stay high in 3 and 4. I did not call that soon enough. Gap between John and Colin is 5.6 seconds. Closest battle still Scott and James at 1.7. Scott leading James right now. Some new personal bests happening as we speak with 5 seconds remaining on the master clock. That is time. Race him to the line. If you're done as you cross the line. That is a race. All drivers are done. John Wire, 44.403. Colin in the 2 spot on a 43.402. Scott with a new personal best at 39.4 flat. And James also with a new personal best at 39.401.
Transponder 7634109. Transponder 7634109. Transponder 7634109. Transponder 2172046. Transponder 7634109. Transponder 2172046. Transponder 76340997624. Transponder 2172046. Transponder 7634109. Transponder 2172046. Transponder 7634109. Transponder 7634109. Transponder 2172046.
Hey, it looks like I got a free phone up here in the D-Booth. Very nice. Good for me. I don't know why this is doing this. What do we do? Oh, we have to finish the race. Oh, you got to finish the race, Tom. Otherwise, that annoying stuff happens. All right, gang. This is Street Stock. I need Midwest guys out, please. So, John, I take it you approve of my choice not to water. Probably everybody else will too until they look at their tires. Making that money happen. I have not seen Bob Mellon, Brian Beeman, or Wayne Stunts. Bob is our TQ here, 38 and 402. And Brian, our second qualifier. So there's Bob Mellon. Looking for Brian Beeman, Wayne Stunts. Thank you for the turnout, marshals. Very nice, guys. Chris is making some adjustments in the chute. No Brian, no Wayne as yet. Let's go, guys. This would be a good round to think about qualifying strong. Here's Beeman. So, gonna give one more shout out to Wayne Stunts. He's usually here by now, so I'm gonna assume he's not coming if he does not appear in the next 20 seconds or so. Or send word. He could yell, I guess.
1 minute to start the race.
Hopefully someone on the driver's stand would let me know that he's yelling and screaming, but I don't think he is. All right, gang, the back is closed. Back
You're
is
having the
closed.
same problem I was with the mic.
What's that?
You're having the same problem I was with
Which
the
is
mic.
what?
It's really quiet and kind of muffled.
It's quiet and kind of muffled. Well, I'm definitely talking as loud as I usually do and into the mic. So we may be having some electrical issues here with the microphone. We'll see what's going on. Back straight is closed. Let's line them up, please. Bob Mellon, Brian Beeman, Richard Klickner.
15 seconds to start the race.
Fourth is Brandon, then Scott, Britta, and Chris.
Less than 5.
Oh, there's Wayne. Come around one more time, Wayne. I didn't see a transponder from you. That's not a thing. Well, you did click there, so I guess you're fine. Wayne is going to be. I'll start that. Wayne is going to be 7, just in front of Chris. Or he can sit there if he wants. Wayne, you want to move one forward? No. All right, guys. Roll us out, Bob. We're live out of 4. Here we go. And we are racing. This is race number 3 of our 3rd and final qualifying round. Oh, Bob with trouble. Go high in 1 and 2. It's clear. Scott Chase doing the marshal duties there. And traction rolls. So everybody watch out for your traction roll. It's always a good idea to get onto the track, Brian. Definitely watch the traction roll. Scott Chase is traction rolling all over the place, so I'm a little gentler. We got 30 seconds gone by. It's Richard Klickner up top by a second over Brandon, half a second to Britta, 1/10 to Bob. Bob moving up into 3rd. It is now Richard, Brandon, Bob, separation 2.5. Richard on a 5.9. Bob is a 5.8, the hot lap, and another 5.8. We've got 45 seconds gone by. Your leader, Klickner, in the green and black number 90 car, coming down the back, looking at the back of Scott Chase. Brandon Bishop in 2nd place, 1 second back, 1 traffic car between them. Chris Belusic sits between the 1 and 2, lets him on by. Does a good job, big job letting him on by. How about Mellon looking to make a move on Brandon? They're heads up racing. Richard gets sideways. Brandon Bishop, your leader. Can he hold on to it? Bob Mellon is all over his tailpipe. It is minute 15 gone, 2:45 to go. Brandon, Bob, Richard, Brian, Scott, Britta, and Chris. I think we lost Wayne. Colin over there doing good work. Traction roll for Chris. Trouble in the midfield. Good hustle, James. Look at you, man. Don't go harder than you can go, though. Your leader, Bob Mellon, in the baby blue down the back. Brandon Bishop, 2 cars behind. Gap is 1.3 seconds. 1 second more to Richard in 3rd. Then there's a 5.5 second gap to 4th place Beeman. Scott, Britta, Chris. Scott and Britta right on top of each other. Your 3rd place driver, the black and green, looking for Brandon Bishop, who's a car right ahead of him. Scott Chase continuing the traction roll. We cross the halfway point. Bob Mellon back on top and firmly in control here. He's got a 5.68 hot lap of the race. Moved on with 39 in 4 flat, looking for 40 any second now. Minute 45 to go. Trouble in 1, stay high in 1, stay high in 1, stay high in 1, clear. Klickner there poking into the pipe. He was all on top of Bishop, but now Bishop having some breathing room. Let's see how much here in a second. We've got a minute 30 to go. It's Bob by 6 seconds over Brandon. 2.2 to Richard. Apparently Brandon had a wreck lap at the same time, leaving Richard in the game. 2.5 seconds more to Brian Beeman in the 4, followed by Scott, Britta, Chris. 5.8 there for Brian Beeman, the hot lap. That 5.6 by Mellon. Mellon down the front. He is 1 lap ahead of the 2nd place car, who's right behind him. And Scott Chase sitting between 1 and 2. They are a lap apart. Bishop on by, very nicely done. Brandon Bishop running less than 2 seconds ahead of Richard Klickner now. So now, Scott, you're sitting between 2 and 3. We've got under a minute to go. On deck is Traxxas Rally. 45 seconds left here in street stock. Bob Mellon on 40, 38 for Brandon and Richard. That's personal best for both cars. Beeman just off his personal best. Your leader down the back. He runs 8 seconds up on second place. Bishop Richard continuing to close, but just in little bitty bits. He is 1.8 seconds out of second position now. Nice re-entry, Chris. Thank you, sir. Richard Klickner has 2 traffic cars between he and the second place car, Bishop. Bishop down the back, 10 seconds to go. Bishop in the 32, looking pretty strong here on the gripped up track. Final seconds ticking away. It's gripped up as long as you stay low.
Richard Clipper done.
Everybody getting called done here.
Whitney Abraham done.
And that should be everybody. If Chris is off the field, we're going to see Bob Mellon take home the win. 40 laps in 4:03, a PB on this since the layout reset. Brandon 38 and 4 flat. Richard 38 and 4:02, PB for both of them as well. Beeman 38 and 4:03, also a PB. Scott Chase was 34, just a second off his personal best. And Britta, Chris, and Wayne. Can't hear? All right, we got some kind of a speaker issue going on or a microphone issue. So we'll see if I can sort that out. I don't know when. Traxxas Rally is up next.
Now Aaron in the white lime green number 461 in the 2 spot. Chris in the 3. Richard in the 4. 43.405 the pace. We are 1 lap inside the current TQ. And we are 55 seconds into this one with 3:05 remaining. 5.4 for Paul, our leader. That is his personal best. High attitude, high attitude, high attitude, high attitude. Track is clear. Fast lap currently going to Chris with a 5.2. Our leader with a 5.4, Aaron with a 5.5, and Richard with a 5.5. So fast lap, all pretty close together here. But our leader now dropping to a 43. It's 43.403. So we are just over 1 lap inside the current TQ. Aaron Grant in the 2 spot. Now white line green number 461. He's looking to bump up 2 spots into the 2nd spot overall. Paul, new personal best for him. 5.3. Followed with a 5.5. Followed with another 5.5. We're just at the halfway mark. 2 minutes down. 2 minutes to go. 43.401 the pace. Aaron Grant the 2 spot. He's 3.4 back. Another 3.5 back is Chris. 7 seconds back is Richard.
It's not just a job. Yeah, it's Bill Gary's roof. He's got to move his
Our leader now up to a 44 lap run. Now back down to a 43. It's on the verge of being that 44 lap run. That's how close it is. With 30 seconds remaining. Trouble out of 4. It's trouble out of 4. It's still there. Track is now clear. Still there. Track is now clear. Clear. 20 seconds remaining, drivers. That is time. Paul, we caught you at the line. Everybody else racing to cross the line.
All drivers have finished.
And that is a race. All drivers are done. Paul going to take that one. New personal best of 43.4 flat with a 5. Aaron Grant in the 2 spot, also in the new personal best of 42.404. Richard with a 39.402 and Chris with a 35.405. Slash Superstock, you guys are up. Slash Superstock, you guys are up.
Pretty good for him. Two minutes to the start of the race.
Me and my buggy late model out to Marshall. Slash Superstock, you guys have the track.
And over here. Running up.
Still need checks from Aaron, Brandon, and Zachary.
1 minute to start the race. Zachary Beaman.
There's Zachary.
Current mission. 45 seconds to start the race. Aaron Grant. seconds to start the race.
All right, there's our final check. I'm going to give them a couple laps here, then we will get underway. All right, drivers, no more laps, no more laps. Let's get this one lined up. It's going to be Riley, Aaron, Annabelle, Brandon, Zachary, Britta. All right, let's spread them out as we roll out, drivers. All right, Riley, go ahead and roll it out when you're ready. We're going to go live out of 4. There's one self-induced error. Everybody else off and rolling. No problems. Stay low in 3 and 4. Track is clear. Our leader, Riley, in the black. White, number 34. Our early mover here is actually going to be Zachary in that orange, number 97, Annabelle. Dropping one position, but she's battling with Zachary right now for the 3 spot. Just a couple of tenths apart. Now she's got Britta right behind her. Now it's a 3-way battle for the 3 spot. Zachary, Annabelle, and Britta. Oh, trouble for Zachary. That allows Annabelle and Britta to go by, but it's a battle between Britta and Annabelle down the front straight. Oh, trouble in 1 and 2. Stay low in 1 and 2. Low in 1 and 2.
3 minutes left.
All right, you heard it, drivers. 1 minute down, 3 minutes to go. It's Riley out front, Aaron in the 2 spot, Zachary in the 3. Brandon in the 4, Britta in the 5, and Annabelle in the 6. Zachary looking to move up 2 positions along with Britta. Trouble in 3 and 4. Track is clear. Our leader across the line. Watch it on the front straight. Stay low. Got a car stuck on the front straight. Stay low on the front straight. Low on the front straight. Track is clear. So it's Riley out front. 3.2 over Aaron. Zachary 10 seconds back. Annabelle 7 seconds back. Brandon 5 seconds back of Annabelle. Britta 1.1 behind Brandon. We're coming up on the halfway mark. It is now 2 minutes down, 2 minutes to go. It is Riley out front on a 38.405. He's 2 laps inside of the TQ. Now just Zachary looking to move up positions here. He's looking at 3rd overall. Right now he's in that orange-yellow number 97. He's probably got 7 seconds over the next competition right now. The closest battle is Annabelle and Brandon at 4.2 seconds. Annabelle driving the pink and purple number 101. Brandon driving the blue and yellow number 32. We have 120 remaining on the master clock. 1-2-0. You heard the drivers, 1 minute remaining. 38.404 the pace for Wiley out front. 5.3 back is Aaron. Zachary in the 3 spot. Annabelle in the 4. Brandon in the 5 and Britta in the 6. Our leader in the black, white number 34, coming across the line. The fast lap right now is a 6.0 going to Britta. Our leader with a 6.1, Aaron with a 6.1. Trouble in 3 and 4, stay low. It is Now clear. That is time. Race up to the line. You'll be done as you cross the line.
Second being done. Recognition done. All drivers are finished.
And that is a race. All drivers are done. Riley going to reset the TQ to 37.4 flat.
All zero. Two minutes to start the race.
There's our first Jack. Only one I haven't seen yet is Brian.
Presidents to start the race. Presidents to start the race. Running.
Right drivers will fly him up in the back. Brian, right. That is time racing to the line. If you got to see across the line, that is a race. All drivers are done. 41.4 flat for Brian. New personal best and a 39.401 for Scott. Also a new best. Both of them by 2 laps. Rita, it's been on. It's blue. Midwest Mod, track is open. Track is yours. Midwest Mod, I need Brian and Riley out to Marshall. Brian and Riley out to Marshall. My Midwest guys are ready to roll.
Gymnastics start the race. Start chase. James Whitmer.
Hey, John. Losing 2 in a row. Dang, John. Losing 2 in a row? People are going to start believing you're not unstoppable. Scott Chase coming on in the Midwest. I don't know if Chris Belusic is planning on joining in. I think that's his car in the chute, maybe. Yes, it is. Very good. Give Chris a few laps to get settled in. As everybody should know by now, the cushion is punishment today. Consider it lava. Yeah, just like that. I took me a few minutes running on it.
Momentum start the race.
Quick.
45 seconds to start the race.
All right, gang. Let's close down the back. Bring them to the grid. It'll be Bob 1, Brandon 2, Richard 3.
30 seconds to start the race.
Brian 4, Scott 5, Britta 6, Wayne 7, Chris 8. Let me just take a moment to say, way to go, Brandon.
15 seconds to start the race.
Now, I expect to see you on the podium. Don't be the guy that qualifies second and doesn't make the podium. Not to put any undue pressure on you, but if you're in third being pressed, you can count on me to say something about it. Marshall's ready, drivers. Ready, we are going. Don't do that. We are going to full-time around, 1 full lap, and then we'll go out of 4. Lead us off, please, Mr. Mellon. We are rolling here this time out of 4 on Bob. We're racing. Oh, Brandon gets squirrely. No sooner did I say the curse on him. He drops to 7th here and will have work to do. Beeman moving into 2nd, leaving Klickner in 3rd. 15 seconds gone by here. It's Bob, Brian, Richard, Scott, and then there's trouble. Wayne moving up into 5th, then Brandon, Britta. I don't know where Chris went. There's Chris. I see him, but he's only got one left. 30 seconds in, 3:30 to go. Ah, Mellon. Brian Beeman half a second back, 8/10 to Richard. Then Scott, Brandon, Wayne, Britta, and Chris. 40 seconds gone by, 3:20 to go. Your leader coming down the front in the baby blue, coming up on Britta down the back. Right behind him is a 2-car. Chris with the rollover, just like practice. Good hustle out there, Marshall. Coming up on the 1st-minute marker. You're the leader, looking at Scott chasing Wayne. And then Wayne takes him out. Beeman's going to get on by. Bob ends up a little bit high, has trouble getting going again. It's going to be Brian, Richard, Bob. Brian with a 3-second edge here. Richard spins out coming out of 2, so Bob going to move into 2nd immediately. Will Richard hold 3rd? I think he will. No, Scott moving into 3rd just ahead of Richard. That's a heads-up race with Brandon in 5th and Wayne, Britta, and Chris. Your leader, Brian Beeman in the 97 car down the back, black and orange. 2 cars back, sits 2nd place, Bob Mellon. 3rd place, Scott Chase, 5 seconds off. With Richard, 3 seconds behind him, then Brandon, Wayne, Britta, and Chris. 40 down, 2:20 to go. Britta in trouble, watching coming out of 2. Now into 3. Brandon trying to find a clean way past Britta here. He is 3 laps ahead of you. No, 2 laps ahead of you, Britta. So we have 2 minutes in, 2 minutes to go. Beeman by 2.2 over Mellon. Beeman looking at traffic. He's got Richard right ahead of him and Brandon right there as well, and they get into each other. Beeman gets through. Bob Mellon back by 3 seconds. Find Mellon here down the front. Watching in 3 and 4. Watching in 3 and 4. Clearing. Clear. We've got 2:15 down, 1:45 to go. Brian, Bob, Scott, your top 3. Richard, Wayne, Brandon, Britta, and Chris. Bob Mellon, your 2nd place driver in baby blue, sits 2 seconds behind Beeman. Bob turning into 5.6s. Brian turning into 5.7s. Bob's going to need to do better than that. Gap down to 1.7 as he does do a little better. Well, Brian did a little worse, technically. The top 2 cars are on 40 laps. It's a 12-second gap to 3rd, with Scott Chase leading Richard Klickner by 1.5 seconds. Race continue. Oh, that was Britta with it. I assume a traction roll. Watch it coming out of 2. Watch it coming out of 2. It's clear. Brian, Bob, Scott, Richard. Scott and Richard heads up. But Richard has some trouble in 3 and 4. He was right there with the 3 car. 1 minute to go. Your leader down the back, Beeman. Beeman holding 0.8 of a second over Mellon now. Here, heads up down the front. Into 1 and 2. Oh, Mellon gets on a pipe, and he really pays for that one. Beeman now with breathing room. 2 seconds again with 40 seconds to go. Beeman with a 5.6 won that lap, his best of the race. Mellon has a hot lap at a 5 double nickel. Trouble in 2, watching in 2, watching in 2. Your lead pair are now a lap apart and tangled. They are. Mellon barely on the lead lap here. Beeman the only car left on 40. 15 seconds to go. It's Beeman by 5 over Mellon. 16 to Klickner, who is 1 second ahead of Wayne Stunts for 3rd. Klickner and Stunts down the back, coming into 3 and 4, now the front. Richard in a black 90. This will be their last lap to sort it out. Richard is going to hang on by a hair, half a second over Wayne for 3rd. Your top 3, Brian Beeman, Bob Mellon, Richard Klickner. Wow, what a competitive race that was. Lots of action. Wayne finishes in 4th, followed by Scott, Brandon, Britta, and Chris. 40 laps and 4:02 for Brian Beeman. Not only is that his personal best by 2 laps, it is the best personal best showing. 5:55 for Bob Mellon was the hot lap. Hey, street stock drivers, please. Out to Marshall Traxxas rally on the asphalt. It's myself, Riley, Brian, Chris, Brandon, Zachary, Britta, James, and Tom. I want to thank Tom Lyle for coming out. I know he's going to bolt right after this race. Really appreciate you coming out, seeing you, and look forward to many race days ahead. Yep, I did better than that one. Yeah, you were right there, man. I thought you had a shot at it. If you had another couple laps.
3 minutes from start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race. Zachary Beeman. "30 seconds to the start of the race. Paul Gardner. Ryan Reedy. Tom Lyle. Ryan Gotham.
I need one more marshal in the center. Looks like Richard's headed that way after he grabs the car. Just need checks out of Britta, Chris, and Brandon.
Chris Valenzak. Ryan Bishop.
All right, there's checks out of everybody. Let's go ahead and pull them to the right-hand side of the track. Everybody to the right-hand side of the track. We're going to start it just like we do in qualifying. And this is going to be no different than qualifying as far as the main is concerned.
We're making a single file line.
Okay, we're going to do a single file line. Starting with Paul, Riley, Brian, Chris, Brandon, Zachary, Britta, James, Tom. It'll be a single file line. Again, it's going to be Paul, Riley, Brian, Chris, Brandon, Zach, Britta, James, Tom. All right. right, our grid is set. Marshals, watch your corners. Drivers, we are going to go racing on the sound of the tone. Listen up. And we are off and rolling here. Our leaders, Paul and Riley, start to break away here. Brandon not far back. Here comes Chris in the 4. Paul keeping that door closed. But here comes Riley up the inside. Not quite enough room. Oh, a little bit of tap of the wall there. So it's Paul, then Riley. Down the back straight, that group goes. Into the infield. It's a battle between the red cars, the number 67 and the no number. Up to cross down. They're battling door to door, banging door to door. Down the back straight they go. 1 minute down, 4 to go. The gap was 0.2 of a second when they crossed. It is still a close battle between our leaders, Paul and Riley. Paul currently leading Riley in the 2 spot. Riley driving the red and white number 67. Paul in the red and white no numbered. Down the back straight. And across the line they go. It is Paul and Riley breaking away from the field. Brian in the 3 spot. Brandon in the 4. Chris in the 5. Zachary in the 6. Britta in the 7. Tom in the 8. And James in the 9. And at the minute mark, it's 0.3 of a second the gap. And they're banging door to door still. We're now 3 minutes down, 2 minutes to go. Gap was 1.6 last time they crossed. It's still Riley and Paul out front. Fast lap is a 22.213. That is set by Paul. Brian in the 3, Chris in the 4, Brendan in the 5, Zachary in the 6, Britta in the 7, James in the 8, and Tom going to round out the field. We got battles happening all over the place here. Oh, we got a car upside down. Marshall's running. And at the final minute mark, it is a stop and go for Riley out front. And go. It is now Paul out front, Riley right behind him. Into the infield they go. Riley trying to stick his nose up there. Riley's got a little bit of work to do to catch back up to Paul. With 35 seconds remaining. Into the infield, off the straightaway they go. It is Paul leading Riley right now. Off to the bus stop. onto the straightaway. It is a close battle, just a couple car lengths between them. This should be their final lap. Oh, they got caught at the line. It's Paul, then Riley, 0.3 of a second between them.
Riley done.
I still need Chris, Britta, James, and Tom. There's still cars racing, Marshals.
James Weather done. Britta Beckerham done. All drivers are finished.
That is a race. All drivers are done. Paul going to take the win. Riley.
Two minutes to the start of the race. One minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race.
I see a couple of guys out there for marshal duty. You need somebody on the right. Somebody on the right. Marshal, please, from Traxxas Rally. Man, that was fun.
30 seconds to the start of the race. Thomas Barnes. "15 seconds to the start of the race. Toasty Top. Scott Chase. 1 minute to the start of the race.
And when Thomas comes around, you guys can follow him to the grid. It'll be Toasty 1, Thomas 2, Scott 3.
45 seconds to the start of the race.
Looks like we're going to wrap up about 6:30. I meant to be done by 6. Sorry about that, guys. Give you guys a little bit of break. First inside sharp mark, clear mark is 1. That's right, Toasty. And everybody can go back from there, 2 and 3. Marshall's ready, drivers ready. Stock Touring A Main, you're all live at the horn. Here we go. We are off and running. Qualifying orders ahead to the left-hand side of the track. 15 seconds gone by. Long laps off the grid. Each car spaced about a second and a half from the other with 30 seconds gone by. And first real lap, 16.7 for Toasty Toad, 17.5 for Thomas Barnes, 18.0 for Scott Chase. That has been roughly the story of the day. We are 50 seconds gone by, 4:10 to go. Leader off the back, headed to the loop. On the 16.61, new hot lap. 16.5 flat will improve over time. Barnes on a 17.7 and Chase on an 18.1. Both of those drivers a hair off their lap number 2 time. We are past the first minute marker with 3:45 to go. Leader Toth, 16.7. Moves on to a 17. Well, he's on a 17 lap pace. I think he moved on to it last time, actually. Barnes with his best of the race, 17.52. Minute and a half down, 3.5 remaining. Trouble lap for Scott. Toasty on a 16.9, front and left for the Toasty one, baby blue car. Good space given, thank you, sir. Barnes on his best, 17.4. Once again, we find Toasty being living in the 16s. 16.8 there. Scott, the second trouble lap, 21. Barnes with his best of the race, 17.21. It's got to be closing in on Barnes' best of the day, I think.
3 minutes left.
We are 2 minutes gone. It is Toasty, Thomas, and Scott. We are at the halfway point, 2.5 down, 2.5 to go. It remains Toasty, Thomas, Scott. Qualifying order, 18 laps for Toasty, 17 for Thomas, and 15 for Scott.
Two minutes left.
And with under 2 minutes to go, hot lap 16.61 by Toasty. Second place, Thomas Barnes, his best 17.2. Scott Chase has a 17.9. 18, 17, and 15 laps for the field with a minute 35 remaining. Maybe we should have played sudden death and put you guys in with the Traxxas rallies. We rally drivers would be good with that. Although I suspect touching one of these would cause a rally to flip. 16.7 for the Toasty one. He's on 18.510. The grid start's probably good. Well, the grid start's good for a lot of time here. Probably 6 seconds from the grid. He is off the TQ run by about 9 seconds. 50 seconds on the timer. Toasty, Thomas, and Scott. Leader getting onto the back. The second place comes off the back. Thomas still on the lead lap. Looks likely to finish that way as well. 20 seconds to go, drivers. 2 clicks apiece. Thomas a couple of 17.3s. Toasty a couple of 16.6s. This is the final click. Everybody's done when you cross. Thomas done in second, 17.505. Toasty with the win, 18.508 with the hot lap, a 16.61. Scott Chase done 16 laps, 5.16. Once again, for buggy late model, I'll need all 3 of those drivers out to the oval, please. Buggy late model will be Paul, Aaron, Richard, and Chris.
My bad. I totally forgot about on-road pictures. So please come to the on-road track. If you're a top 3 finisher in rally, I think touring car is probably down there.
Well, that you know that includes you, right?
Can you check it in for me real quick? Aaron, can you check it in for me? Real quick. I just want to double check we're on the right loop. And we are. Thank you. Buggy lane model. Track is open. Track is yours.
3 minutes to the start of the race. Where's your cleaner? Chris goes in. Two minutes to the start of the race.
It's Scott and Toasty. Out to Marshall. Scott and Toasty. Just waiting on Scott Toasty. I have all my drivers checked in. Here come the marshals. So let's go ahead and get this one lined up in the back. No more laps. No more laps. It's going to be Paul, Aaron, Richard, Chris. All right. Paul, go ahead and roll us out. We're going to go one time around, then we're going live out of 4. Off and rolling. Chris looking for the early move on Richard. Oh, they get into it. Out of 4. It is Paul out front. Aaron right behind him. Oh, no. Trouble for Aaron. Stay inside out of 4. Inside out of 4. Track is clear. So that's going to put Chris right in front of Aaron. That battle now for the 3 spot. The rainbow number 789 versus the lime green and white number 461. Gap is less than half a second right now. But it is Paul out front. He's got less than a second over Richard in the 2 spot. Richard driving that black and green number 90. Watch it out at 2. Track is clear. So the battle for the top spot, 7/10 of a second last time as we come up on the 1 minute mark. Be 1 minute down, 3 minutes to go. Paul out front. Richard in the 2 spot. 6/10 behind him. Richard 5-3. New personal best. 4 lap this race. Now he's right on the back of Paul. In through 1 and 2. Paul getting hooked on the pipe. Richard around the outside. Paul's like, I don't want that to happen. So now Richard to the point. Paul in the 2 spot. Paul driving that blue and orange number 43. A little bit of trouble through 3 and 4, but he's back on it. Richard trying to pull away here. But it is Richard out front. Paul in the 2 spot. That gap 2/10 of a second as they cross the line. Richard now keeping an 8. Watch it out at 2. Watch it out at 2. Watch it out at 2. Good hustle there from Mark Marshall. Richard out front. Paul giving Richard a mirror full of his car.
2 minutes left.
I thought I saw a post where Paul's car was supposed to be the one that was leading. But it is Richard who showed up and is out front, showing the rear of his car to Paul. Oh, trouble for Paul. That puts Richard out front by quite a big margin now. It is 7.6 seconds with 1:30 remaining on the master clock. Chris Belusek now right behind Paul. Gap 1.5 seconds, about a straightaway for that gap between 2nd and 3rd. Fast lap is going to Chris with a 5-2. Paul and Richard with a 5-3. And Aaron with a 5-3. But it is Richard out front, 43.404 the pace. He's got a full lap in front of Paul. He's lapped the field with 1 minute remaining. Stay low in 3 and 4, low in 3 and 4. Track is clear. Richard out front, Paul in the 2 spot. Gap is 6 seconds. That is not a battle for position. Paul is trying to make his way back onto the lead lap with 35 seconds remaining on the master clock. Ten seconds remaining, drivers. Richard in that black and green number 90 out front. This will be the final lap. That is time. Racing to the line. You'll be done as you cross the line.
Richard, you're done.
And Richard coming around, taking the win. Slash Superstock, you guys are up. Slash Superstock, you guys are up.
2 minutes to start the race.
Select Superstock. Track is yours. Select Superstock. Track is yours. I need my buggy late model out to Marshall. I've got one.
Bring Beckerham. Aaron Beck. Riley Hopkins. Annabelle Gary. Zachary Dean.
Stay low in 1 and 2. Track is clear. All right, I got all my checks. I need Marshalls. Marshalls out of buggy late model. There's our second Marshall.
1 minute to start the race.
Chris can't marshal, he's droning. Can you ask?
We got it. All right, drivers. No more laps. No more laps. Let's get this one lined up, ready to go.
45 seconds to start.
It's going to be Riley, Aaron, Zachary, Annabelle, Brandon, Britta. So Brandon is behind Annabelle. All right, remember, drivers, it's one time around and then we go racing. Riley, go ahead and roll us out. We're going to go racing out of 4. We're off and rolling here. Riley out front. Aaron in the 2 spot. Zachary in the 3. Zachary looking to make a move. Annabelle in the 4. Oh, trouble out of 4. It's clear. Aaron trying to make a move on Riley here early on. Looking up the inside. Oh, trouble for Riley. Our leader. That puts Zach and Aaron on the spot. Oh, trouble for Zachary. That's going to put Riley. I think Britta's actually going to be moving up to the 2nd spot overall as she battles it out with Riley. Riley all sorts of whirling back end. So Riley back to the 2 spot. Zachary in the 3. Zachary's right behind him. Trouble for our leader. Didn't see what happened. That's going to put Riley back on front. Now Zachary out front has a bunch of collisions 2, 3, and 4. Track is clear. Now Zachary out front. Britta in the 2 spot. Zachary driving the orange and yellow number 97. Britta driving the rainbow number 789. Aaron in the 3 spot in the white lime green number 461. But it is Zachary out front coming across the line. Our leader in the orange and yellow number 97 in the 2 spot. Right behind him is going to be Britta in the rainbow number 789. Oh, trouble 3 and 4. Our leaders colliding. Track is now clear. Watch another back straight. Track is clear. And now we are back to Aaron out front. Right in the 2 spot. Zachary in the 3. Britta in the 4. We are just at the halfway mark. 2 minutes down, 2 minutes to. Riley still maintains that 2 spot. Zachary in the 3. With 1 minute remaining on the master clock. It is Aaron out front. Riley in the 2 spot. Zachary in the 3. The battle here going to be between our leaders, Aaron and Riley. Oh, trouble for Riley. Didn't see what happened out of 2. That gives Aaron some much needed breathing room. Oh no, trouble for Riley. That's going to put Zachary up to the 2 spot with 30 seconds remaining. Riley holding on to the 3 spot. grade. He's got 6.3 over the 2 spot of Zachary. In third is Riley. Riley's just 1 second back of Zachary. This should be the final lap for the 2 spot and 3 spot. Zachary going to come around, take the second. Riley in third, and Aaron coming around, taking the win. I need Annabelle Lacrosse to finish. And that is a race. All drivers are done.
Outlaw Carbon, bring your cars out to race.
Rising.
Superstock, please come out to Marshall. I have 2. Guys, appreciate you, Annabelle, Zach, and Riley, and Aaron. Okay, I got checks out of everyone but Paul and Thomas, which makes sense considering they were busy just now. Paul's checked in. Thomas is checked in, but I will actually wait to make sure he's on the stand before I do anything this time.
45 seconds to the start of the race.
Everybody up here? Okay, everybody's on the stand that wants to be on the stand. I will give y'all a few more laps if you want.
30 seconds to the start of the race.
This is the main, so we are going to have a parade lap before we go. We are not just going out of forward.
Less than 5.
Okay, let me pause. Let's go ahead and line them up at the back. So back is closed. Brian, Bob, Colin, Paul, Thomas, Blake. Radio. Go ahead and roll them off, Brian. Slowly. Social distance, all that stuff Paul says. Radio this time around out of 3 and 4. On you, Brian. And after our first lap, we are still in running order. Brian, Bob, Colin, and Paul all very close together. Colin spins out. Let's see what that does to his placement. We have Brian in first, Bob in second, Paul in the third, and then Paul, Thomas, and Blake. Paul, I think he is broken. That is a shame. We have Brian, Colin, Bob. Paul is probably off. Blake, and then Thomas. Nope, something's going on with Thomas. And 1 minute down, 3 remaining. And it looks like we have 2 drivers off the field. So now it is Brian, Colin, Bob, and Blake. So Colin out front, followed by Brian, Bob, and then Blake with Paul and Thomas off early. Colin and Brian both on a 43 lap pace. Brian is 2.7 seconds behind Colin